Hi, I'm Eric and I'm making The Black Pepper Crew, which is a turn-based tactics game about a group of bounty hunters. And it's so good to be back. It's been a while. I think I uploaded the last devlog half a year ago, and my free time it's tight, and even though I've been able to work on the game, uploading new entries to this devlog series has been impossible for me so far. So I've been waiting to catch my breath and to be able to retake this video series, and decided to upload every once in a while, provided I have interesting things to talk about and therefore have better devlogs. Also want to apologize to all the people who subscribed and is waiting for more videos. Thank you very much. Thank you for sticking with me. I'll try to upload videos more frequently. So today I want to talk about the latest big addition to the game, and that is the inventory system. In the demo version that I have on itch.io, link in the description if you want to try it out, there is a very basic inventory, if you can call that an inventory, that only has healing items and that the player cannot modify. Every time you run the game, the same healing items are added there to help the player test the game mechanics, so I can add the inventory later. As of now, you have an inventory that actually works, a mission bag to carry items into missions, and you can equip one item per character. I also added several item types like armor, consumables, and gadgets. Armor adds armor hit points to the equipped character, expanding its health, obviously. And some of them add buffs or debuffs to attack or movement stats, and once the armor HP reaches 0, the item is lost forever. That is, until you get another one, of course. I decided to do this because getting loot became much more interesting if the armor items are destructible. Because the player cannot rely on armor being a permanent item, they have to be on the hunt for loot. And that, it's a good thing, I think. Also, I intend to have lots of items, and I mean lots of items. This way the player will not know what he will get, and that keeps things fresh. The consumables, on the other hand, provide abilities to the equipped character that can be used only once in battle. Some of them are attacks, like the shuriken that deals 1 ranged damage. Others are temporary buffs that affect the character for 1 turn or 1 battle. And others are abilities that allow to change your environment, like the crate box that lets you place a box on the board, or the landmine. You can guess what the mine does, right? There are also your everyday healing items that you can only use between battles, adding weight to the strategy of the game. To keep things more interesting, I created the gadget item types. These items are the only ones that are permanent, and they change the rules of the game. From simple things like adding the knockback perk to any attack, pushing attacked enemies 1 cell, to more complicated ones like forcing the wielder to move forward 1 cell every time he attacks, or forcing all the attack and move ranges of a character to work on diagonals. These are just some examples, and I want to have all kind of crazy stuff there. Put them in the mix with the character-specific abilities and you have a lot to experiment with. So to implement this in the game, I have made, added, refactored, and basically done a lot of things to the project. I'll be trying to tackle how I did implement this without making the video too long, so this is not going to be a very in-depth look. However, if any of you want more details on something, tell me in the comments and I'll be more than happy to upload a video talking more about the implementation, perhaps showing more code or something. Now, my approach for this was to first create an item database. It's a very simplistic database system that offers what I need for my game. Implementing or including a full-fledged database system will be overkill, I think. And for this, I first created a custom resource in Godot that has all the configuration for each item. Then I created every item using these resources and saved them in a directory and access them through an interface of functions or an API that allow me to do whatever I need, like instancing items, querying certain items by item type or other parameters, and also adding a command into my in-game console to test and query items for debugging purposes. After this, I created the inventory, backpack, and party objects. These structures have the items assigned to either the inventory, the mission bag, or the equipped items on each of the characters. These are basically arrays with methods to get stuff, add stuff, move stuff around. With this working, then I created the inventory screen with the visual representation of these 3 inventories. A drawer for the big inventory, which are stored items, a bag for the mission inventory, which has the items you carry on missions, and the party inventory, which has the items that are equipped on the characters. This part was a lot of work, with all the GUI stuff you had to make, like tooltips with info of each item, drag and drop functionalities, and other little details to make the inventories work. But once that was done, I just needed the items to actually do what they were meant to do on the battle. For that, I created a node on the character scene that encapsulates the item that it has equipped. Because all my characters inherit from this scene, it allowed everyone, even the enemies, to have equipped items. This object is accessed every time the character is damaged, it deals damage, it's created and so forth. And because of this, I can change the item, and the buffs and debuffs will show on the game without much effort. This same object adds abilities to the character moveset node to allow the usage of consumable items that are abilities. For example, the shuriken. In the case of the shuriken, I created the ability shuriken just like any other ability in the game, like Frank's tongue or Vera's dash, and then created the item shuriken with the ability name in the configuration, and then the magic happens. The ability shuriken will be added to the moveset of the wielding character, and it will be removed once the ability is used, eliminating the item too. I'm still missing a lot of animations and stuff, but the items can be used, and that's so nice. It adds so much fun to the game. After this, what remained was to create the individual abilities for the items that needed them, the icons, and to test it around. I also had to implement triggers to allow characters to move onto tiles that had specific actions, like the landmine or the loot backpacks that activate if any character reached them. So this was a very short, very summarized explanation of what I did. There is a lot of stuff there that I could have explained, and if you're interested in a more deep dive into any of this, let me know in the comments. Also, subscribe if you are new to this series and are interested in witnessing the development of the Black Pepper crew. I also have a Discord and a demo on itch.io if you want to try it out. Once again, thank you for sticking with me to the end of this devlog, and for those who joined me last year and were waiting for more content, I'm sorry and thank you for being there even though I could not deliver. You're all awesome people. Bye!